Hello and welcome. So I am going to take a look at the Guardian's Quick Cryptic crossword, and this is being published on Saturday the 4th of October 2025. It's number 79 in the series of quick cryptics that are intended to bring beginners into these puzzles. So we have a smaller grid, 11 by 11, and we only have 4 clue types. Those 4 clue types are anagrams, charades, which is where you take 2, 3 or even 4 other components to make the answer. Alternate letters, which is where you look at a particular word and take alternating letters from it. That's nice because you've got the letters in the clue there for you. And naked words, which is where you find normally I think you find a synonym for one of the words in the clue, and you take off the first and the last letters to give you the answer. The setter is Budmo, which is a name I haven't seen too often. I don't really recall seeing. I think I've seen at least one puzzle from them, but I can't remember what their style is or anything. So, as ever, I talk through these very slowly to give people an understanding of how I go about solving, and that hopefully gives them some ideas. So there we go. Right, I think it's probably best just to crack on. So 1 across, 4 and 6. Very long clue. What makes up a significant proportion of the universe is distressing subject. I'm splitting that clue. I'm reading what makes up a significant proportion of the universe into being some kind of dark matter, I think, is the answer. Distressing subject is dark matter as well, isn't it? So I think that's... Can that be a double... That can't be a double definition though, can it? Because we haven't got any double definitions. But I think dark matters do. I'm going to put it in, because I think my knowledge... But I can't see how that fits into the clue types we've got. It's not an anagram, obviously. It's not. I don't see that it's a charade unless you see distressing and subject as being distressing is. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely not alternating letters. I'm pretty certain of that. And naked words. Well, I can't see that either. So, not sure about that. I'm going to leave it in only because I think it's the right answer, but I won't be surprised if it turns out to be wrong. Let's go to 7 across, 5 letters. Surprisingly, that sounds like an anagram indicator. Kears is 4, and then you've got an S on it, which might be a fifth. Yeah, might be the fifth. One who might go downhill. A skier. Quickly, sorry, one who might go downhill. Well, a skier goes downhill quickly, and skier is an anagram of Kears, so surprisingly is your anagram indicator. So that's okay. 8 across, 5 letters. Scoundrel. So normally scoundrel you think cad, rotter, maybe a rat, I don't know. In patterned shoes, rejecting outsiders. Okay, so this is what I just said. Really, is that it's a naked word clue because it's rejecting the outsiders. Patterned shoes are brogues, aren't they? So yeah, brogues become, which would begin with a B, so rogue, because we're taking off the B at the start and the S at the end. Right, 9 across, 6 letters. Get the better of Oxford University idiot. Right, Oxford University makes me think that's probably an OU. We're probably looking at some kind of charade here. An idiot is normally an ass or a nit or a twit. And actually, if we put OU there and then we put a twit, we get outwit, which is to get the better of. So there we go. Right, that's going to take a little bit of thinking if you're not familiar. I mean, what you've probably noticed there is for scoundrel I had the synonyms of cad, rotter, and whatever the one I said was. And here, idiot, I've gone, well, that's an ass or a twit. And so, learning those kind of, learning your internal thesaurus is part of learning to solve crosswords, really. And that comes with experience and doing more. Right. 10 across, 4 letters. Edit, unusual, weight loss regime. Okay, my brain is instantly gone. Weight loss regime's a diet. I can see that's an anagram of edit. And to complete the clue, so to speak, unusual is left, isn't being used, so therefore it must be the anagram indicator. And unusual does suggest it's an anagram indicator. So within the clue, every word should have should contribute to the meaning. You might get one linking word here or there that isn't, but generally every word does count. 13, 4 letters. Frightened, to take clothes off. Okay, so that's one of these naked words. In custody, and I'm thinking frightened is scared. Take off the what would be the S and the D, leaves you care, which is in custody, I think. So yeah, frightened has the D there, so it's past tense. That would be a cared word, scared. Yep, that's nice. That's a nice simple, word that most people can get to. 14. What's this? 6 letters. Petty argument. Could be a row, maybe. In lunch in India. Gosh. Well, India is part of the NATO phonetic alphabet. It's an I. Lunch is dinner, maybe, for some people. I can't see what's going on there quite. I think it's probably, I don't know. It's almost something. There's a petty argument. Could be some kind of anagram there, but I don't think so. I think it's best just to move on. My belief is when we come to this down clue here, or this one here, we've got all the letters in place to help us get to that. So when we get 12 down, 11 down, and 6 down, that should give us some crossing letters, checkers. These 3 boxes are known as checkers because they're checked by the alternate direction clue. That may help us. Right, 16 across, 5 letters, more mature, so aged maybe, or riper. Druid poetry regularly ignored. So okay, so second is R, fourth is I, P is E, R. Yeah, alternate letters. Riper is more mature. So again, I got to the answer both ways really. I had it in my mind that more mature would be aged or riper, and then I've broken down the clue and passed it. So there you go. It doesn't matter which way you do it. It's just helpful to have kind of ideas maybe going in. Anytime you see a more this or more that clue, it's probably going to be an ER ending. Not guaranteed, but probably. Right, 5 letters, 18. Diver confused. So my first look is diver is 5 letters, and confused could be an anagram indicator. And the Italian composer is Verdi, isn't it? So yeah, that's an anagram of diver. So for me, I find I've kind of got this brain that counts the letters in the clue. It doesn't read the clue. It's going, there's 5 letters in that. That sounds like what I need. And therefore maybe I should think about that being an anagram. Right, 19. Oh god, 10 letters. Proposes. Crab, new implement. So we've got 4, 3 is 7. Implement is a tool. Measuring food. Proposes crap new. Implement for measuring food is some kind of spoon, isn't it? I think there's a spoon in there somewhere. Is there? Proposes is 8 letters though. New could be an anagram indicator, but I don't know. I think there's probably a spoon there. So because I think there's a spoon, tablespoon, wouldn't it? Actually, I've just said tablespoon. Well, if you table a motion at a meeting, then you're proposing something. Crap new. Tables, because this proposes it's tables. Crap is poo. And then for new gives you the tablespoon, which is an implement for measuring food. I don't know many implements for measuring food, so yeah, that's probably why I got to tablespoon so quickly. So I think that's gone quite well, apart from I'm not sure about 1 across yet. But on the one down, detective inspector suggests DI, and it's DIs, detective inspectors, so that's DIs. Performance resulted in upset would be performance is an act, is a concert, I suppose. So you disconcert would be to result in upset. Wow, okay. Good stuff. Right. We've got RITR, 7 letters, is it? 2 down. And drunk, and then I'm seeing rioters, which has got all those letters I've just said. It adds up to 7 letters. Drunk being an anagram indicator. So what is to revel noisily? Well, it's to roister. So there we go. Wow, okay. 3 down, MRI, 6 letters. To spoil is to mar, that fits in there nicely. Drink flavoured with juniper, that's gin, isn't it? Juniper berries is gin, and something that's on the edge is the margin. So okay, dark matter is looking good. Viscous liquid, what's this? 4 down, T and R. Viscous liquid with time, well time is T, so that could be the start. Becomes pungent. Ooh, what's that? Viscous is that tar is a viscous liquid and T for time on the end, and pungent is tart. I think the taste of things is I think tart can mean bitter, acrid, which might mean tart. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I think tar is a viscous liquid and it fits, so I'm going to go with that. Right, 5 down, E something G. I'm just looking at the clue as a general, and I can see the word breakfast down here. I haven't read the bit, and I'm thinking, oh, that'll be egg then. But let's see. From time to time, engage in parts of cook breakfast. Okay, so time to time is saying the regular letters of engage, because I can see that's E. First letter, third letter, fifth letter is EGG, isn't it? And the egg could be part of your breakfast. So not everybody has boiled eggs for breakfast, or fried eggs, or scrambled eggs, or whatever. So they put a question mark on that to let you know that actually it may not be, it may not be part of breakfast, but it could be. Alrighty, so dark matter fits. Let's have a look at 6 down. 2 words, something ET, something IN. Right, struggling. Wait, send in. Brian Lara, perhaps. Well, I think the answer is West Indian. So Brian Lara was a West Indian cricketer. I know he's a cricketer, and I think he's from the West. I'm sure now I think about it, he's from the West Indies. I can also see that wait, send in has those 10 letters, and is an anagram West Indies, and struggling would be your anagram indicator. Wow. So West Indian, because it's him rather than the West Indies itself. I'm not going to check those letters off, but I'm fairly comfortable that's correct. Right, we're on to I something R something O. There's 7 letters. Deduce is to infer. Number is a no, and hell must be an inferno then, mustn't it? No for number. Fair enough. 12 down. I mean, it gets easier once you've. I got that inferno. That one. Let's just look at this again. The reason I could get that so quickly is because I went, "What's a word for deduce beginning with an I?" And I went, to infer. If I was looking at that clue without anything, I might have struggled a bit more. So yeah, once you've got checkers in place, it becomes a lot easier, I think. Right, 12, 3, V, S. Periodically, so we're alternate letters. C's TV, we've got a V there, so that's an ES, and that's what. And filters, so we need a word meaning filters, which is sieves, which is the first, third, and fifth letter of C's. Second letter of then alternates onto the V of TV, and then the ES. That's sieves. So got 2 more downs to go down here. Examination, right, 15 down. Examination. So examinations quite often refer to tests. Tests are often oral tests. Oral is going to fit that, I think. Unlimited esprit de corps. Unlimited means it's going to be one of these naked words. I think it's oral. What is that going to be? Is it morale? I think it's morale. Put an M and an E for morale. Esprit de corps. Came up a few weeks ago as an answer in one of the puzzles I was doing, and I couldn't spell it very easily. So yeah, that's that. Right. P something A. Surely it's just a P, isn't it? Especially when you can see the word vegetable in that. Let's just check the answer. Pierce. Shelled vegetable. Pierce shelled vegetable. I'm just looking at this thinking, have we actually got charades or have we got double definitions? We've got charades in theory, but I feel like there's a double definition there, because to pierce shelled vegetable, it's not an alternate letters because there's no A in there. Shelled vegetable is a P. To pierce. Oh, okay, so it's a naked word, isn't it? Sorry. Pierce is to spear. Take the S and the R off of spear, gives you the vegetable, which is a P. There we go, right. So last one. What have we got? Petty argument is in lunch in India. Okay, so that's tiffin, isn't it? So you're having a tiff is a petty argument, and then in is in the clue, and lunch in India is tiffin. So there we go. I think it's all done. Let's check all of that. Yeah, everything's still there, so it all seems right. My brain is still looking at this one going, Okay, dark matter makes up a significant portion of the universe. Is distressing subject? I guess that must be a charade, given the options we've got. So distressing is subject is dark matter. That feels more like a double definition to me. Um, I can't figure out how the clue breaks down. It's not important to do that, but it is useful to make sure you've got the answer because, as I said, I had a little bit of doubt through the puzzle until I got the downs. I think everything else is explained quite well. I think that was a really good puzzle actually. Although, like a word like tiffin isn't very obvious, there were lots of really helpful definitions there. Because proposes crap new implement for measuring food. Well, if you can see it's an implement for measuring food, yeah, a lot of setters would have come up with something much more complicated than implement for measuring food. And actually, what I biffed on, what makes up a significant proportion of the universe, is a long definition in a more complicated cryptic. You wouldn't get that much help, I think. So I think that was really well set by Budmo, sorry. So anyway, there you go. Thank you for watching.